Hey everybody.
That guy Joe.
I do always make sure I smell good. That's it, everybody. Is it really? Hey everybody, Joe here, and I have another list for you all today. No, it's not my top 4 niche. Unfortunately, the company has not given me my order yet. It's been almost 2 weeks now. So I'm still waiting on that before I'm able to release the top 5 fall niche fragrances. So I figured until then, I'll give you all another type of video. This video is in response to Coach Rob 619, another YouTube reviewer, and he did a top 5 favorite fragrances from particular houses. So like one from Creed or your favorite from Bond. So essentially, if I believe correctly, it is your top 5 favorite houses and then each particular favorite from that house that you like. So I'm gonna mix it up a little bit here, and there is one honorable mention. I know this is a top 5, but this one had to be put in because honestly, if this one was still in continuation and still in production, I would definitely have this as my signature scent for anything. And B, also, this would be my favorite scent. Tom Ford's Japan Noir. This scent is very complex. You're gonna get like some ink and some leather and a little bit of freshness, like maybe some bergamot. But and some incense. I mean, it has so much going for it. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I just know that this is like so alluring that this would have been my favorite of all time. But since Mr. Ford wanted to go ahead and pull the plug on it, I'm just lucky enough I got a full bottle of it right here. And I also have a deep can, so this will last me a long time. Number 5 comes from the House of Chanel. And the minute I said that, most of you who have been following my channel probably already know which one it is. They have a lot of great scents, a lot of solid scents, but the thing is, some of them tend to be just kind of, I don't want to say generic because they all bring something special to the table. But at the end of the day, they're all just not extremely alluring. But nevertheless, this one by far is my most complimentary fragrance and by far my personal favorite, just because of the amount of tonka. Allure Sport Extreme. This, you got your tonka, you got your grapefruit, you got all kinds of citrus going on. You got a little bit of mint, you got some aldehyde, very little because we all know how I feel about those aldehydes, but the aldehydes here were used perfectly. Freshness, tonka. This has a lot of tonka. On some people they only get 2 to 3 hours projection. On me, I'm getting closer to the 5 or 6 hours projection with 8 hours longevity. Check it out. I prefer this over the regular Allure Sport, like I've said before. But honestly, they're all really solid scents, except for Allure Sport to me. That one comes off a little bit cleaner than this, like almost like a pine cleaner or something. Number 4. I am from New York, and I love pizza and all things Italian, from the women to the art. This house is from an Italian perfume. This is honestly really, I say, my personal favorite from the house. The house doesn't really have that many selections, but they're all great. But for me personally, this one I kind of enjoy just a little bit more right now. Nasamato's Absinthe. Now with this one's very complex as well, only because it's blended very, very well, and you kind of don't really detect, you don't know necessarily, well, you know what you're smelling, but it's hard to actually pick that out and confirm it because Nasamato doesn't list their notes. Here you got wormwood, you got a little bit of pine, or not pine, but you got a little bit of like maybe patchouli. You get spices of all sorts and arrangements, cloves, cinnamon, and again, this is all my interpretation of it. And towards the dry down part, it goes into like a vanilla, but not like a super sweet vanilla. I don't know, but it's really good. It comes off like a spicy at first and then sweet on me. Check it out. It's good. It's some good stuff, and this is my favorite from the House of Nasamato. Number three, this fragrance, really this whole house doesn't impress me as a whole the way some of the other houses before it and after it, and by that I mean on this countdown, do. But this scent is arguably one of my personal favorite, well, not like a top 5 personal favorite, but definitely one that I really do enjoy. It has that Tonka factor again, and it has a very powder-like vibe. So if you don't like powder, I'm not really sure if you're gonna like this. But nevertheless, this is one of my favorites. Very seductive, very sexy, from the house of Armani. Armani Code Ultimate, or as I like to call it, Code U. Here you're going to get your tonka, you're going to get your citrus at first, but very powdery with the blast of citrus, like a super powdery citrus. Maybe like a bergamot or a lemon. And then it dries down into a nice tonka, seductive vibe. Really, it's essentially Armani Code on steroids. This lasts longer than Code. This performs better than Code. I've gotten more compliments with this over Code. This is really the only bottle from the house that I will keep in my collection, and that is Armani Code U. Number 2 comes from probably the most, if not one of the most iconic designer houses in the world to ever be a designer, ever live, ever exist, ever do anything with anything. Christian Dior's Bois d'Argent. You're gonna get your Vanilla Cloud. This is great. This is iris, buttery, myrrh. The myrrh will throw you off. I'm not even gonna lie, it threw me off the first 15-20 minutes, and then after that, iris, myrrh, little bit of citrus, honey. I mean, you get like, this is like a giant just blend of every ingredient in the world. Not really, I'm just saying. And it's blended so well that you get new stuff every single time. Bois d'Argent, I only have a top 3 all-time favorites, and by that means that they will always be in my collection. This is one of them. Now this is another one of those where if you know me, you know where we are headed. Because this one fragrance has not been mentioned, and yet you all know how I feel about it. By Kilian's Back to Black, in my opinion, is the seductive fragrance. For me, I know a lot of people don't like it, some say it's too sweet. Just don't feel, the same way I do, and that's fine. But the only other fragrance I really see myself buying from Killian besides Back to Black would be Straight to Heaven. Maybe do like a day and night combo, and I probably will pick up Straight to Heaven eventually. But outside of that, I can't really see myself purchasing any other bottle of by Killian. This you're gonna get your raspberry. This is another one of those powder fragrances too. But you get honey, 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 raspberry, some tobacco, some more honey, and yeah, that's pretty much what you're getting out of this. I did a review on this, so check it out if you want me to go, if you want to hear more info. But this is my all-time favorite, personal favorite fragrance in my collection right now for the year 2013. And this is how I cap off my top five, well in this case top six. But my top favorite houses, this, because of the fact that Japan Noir is discontinued, is fortunate enough to claim the title for 2013 as my top fragrance. So that's it, everybody. Let me know your opinions. Let me know your thoughts. Shout out to Coach Rob for coming out with the concept again. Shout out to everybody who's already shot a response video for it. And if you haven't, go ahead, shoot a response video. I mean, come on, let's get this thing active and going. I look forward to seeing anybody else who chooses to shoot a response video. For anybody who doesn't and just want to comment theirs down below, you could do that too. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. Scent of the day today. Scent of the day today was The Man. Translation is Lamar. So, that's it, everybody. I'm Joe, and I'll see you all next time.